stadium you are students. What is stadium? How will you explain area? Space occupied is this. Not area.
Audience mic should just met them up.
The whole surface, that is the area. Also, we can tell the child if I place it here, the amount of surface is covered. That is the area. And we all know. Let us see what is the area of this one. How do we calculate the area? Yes. Surface cover. But how do we calculate the exact area of this irregular piece of paper? An area is always concerned with 2D object. 3D object is what you say. It is the space of that is not area. Okay. With 3D object like this room, area comes, but there is third place area. Area of this wall, area of the floor, area of the ceiling. Each one is 2D object. Therefore, we can say area. But when it is 3D object, you can't say calculate the area of this whole. So now this irregular piece of paper. How can we calculate the area?
We can make it square.
We can do that also. What we did, and we said, children use checker copies. Our children use checker copies here also. Yes. So, and we say, you can draw perspective. Each one is centimeters square. 1 centimeter by 1. Now I am placing it on top of it. Placed in this way, and it is already before, not this way. Like this. Just like this, and I do the boundaries. Now I have to calculate the division. And what is the rule? How do we count the centimeter square? One of you, anyone? We go through the centimeter square. So how to count it? What do we do? The whole centimeter square is 1. But when it is going through the square, then if it is more than half, we calculate as 1 centimeter. If it is less than half, we ignore it. So finally, it has come to 6 centimeters square. You can count. You can see on this side, I placed dots. Okay.
নিচে রাখো
নিচে একটু নিচে করো ব্ল্যাকের তলার নিচে রেখো
ঠিক আছে টেবিলে রেখে
Okay, that is better.
That's good.
Okay, this one. So, all the question. Now, which one I have taken as 1, but not complete square? This one is the complete square because it is more than half. This one is the complete square more than half. This one I ignored because it is less than half. Ignored less than half. And this one again, it is more than half. This one, that I can't ignore. That is 1. But the lower one, can you see this is less than half? That is ignored. Now, if you count this, whatever is there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. The area of this one is 16. Now about the area of the rectangles. We have color, you ask the child to color a rectangle. You know, they should cut the rectangle, color one side, and all the walls is A. How to calculate this? What is the area of it? So, we tell them why to split it together. This why would you get them to split and it gives us one area? How? Anyone? Sorry?
Opposite sides are equal distance.
How? I'm not to fish much time because whoever side is there already. So let you take the same checkered paper. Exactly of the same size. This checkered paper is already divided into each centimeter. This is 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter. So each one is centimeter. So if we count 1 inches, each way there are 80 square. 80. So the area is 80 centimeters square. Shall we really count each one for getting the area of the paper? How can we get all the number of square? By multiplying the columns. These are the columns, these are the rows. So what is the column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is the length. So there what is the row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 centimeter breadth. So we multiply length into breadth, we get the whole number of squares on the circle. That gives us that. Now, when we cut a rectangle into 2 halves diagonally, we can also say this is length into breadth. Also, we can say this into height. Is same. Now, this one got a bit smudged with color because it was on the table. So let us see. Can we do about the area of triangle? So if I cut a rectangle into 2 equal halves through the diagonal, it gives me 2 right angle triangles. Yes or no? Yes. What would be the area of a nothing to height? To height. Right angle is okay, this is a rectangle, right angle triangle. That is half getting to it. But what about acute angle triangle? What about obtuse angle? But that we are coming to. Okay, as we said, this is our rectangle that is base into height. What about the parallelogram? This is a rectangle of the same size. I cut it, but this was a rectangle, the same size as this. Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you agree that this is of the same size as this? Yes. Okay. Then I cut the slanting way from one side and placed it on this side. The same rectangle. I have not removed any part, I have not added any part. So the area is same as this one. Now it is a parallelogram. So parallelogram is also the same area as this rectangle. So they will remember also parallelogram area is this. Okay. So once you have got a parallelogram, this is our parallelogram. To draw a parallelogram, please use this checkered paper and take exact length of the opposite side. Otherwise, they will not give the same result. So this is a parallelogram. I've folded it right through one diagonal. If I fold it through one diagonal, I'm getting two congruent acute angles. Acute triangle means all angles are acute. The both are congruent because it is parallelogram. It is not exactly falling on each other. But if you measure the sides, it will be congruent. The angles. And we know parallelogram is area is what? Just now we saw base into height. So again, acute angle triangle will also be half of base into height. And if we do the same, another diagonal. This is one diagonal, and if we fold it like this to the other diagonal, like this, the other diagonal, if we can do it correctly, then we are getting two obtuse angle triangle. This one is an obtuse angle triangle, again congruent, and this one is obtuse. Congruent means exactly of same side and same angle. So again, congruent triangle area is also with that they can remember, or the children can remember, and better if the children can do with their own.
I think best they do their own hand, because of course this formula probably they all know, but once they do in their own hand, they will never forget. They will, even if they forget, they will remember back in the way they did it, and they will themselves able to deduce the formula. That is the best way of learning science. When somebody can deduce the formula based on the concept and get that, isn't it? Then the concept is very.
Yes, and this is nothing much. You may not use chart papers, just plain papers will also do. But colored papers, children find it useful. That's all. So with that, we can they can handle the papers themselves. They can fold it along the diagonals and see for themselves that they are. They can remember.
And that will be very joyful learning too, rather than just trying to do that. Sometimes we have seen after we teach this to the children, who doesn't want to do homework, when they do this way, they actually start playing these things at home, and by unknowingly they are actually completing their homework better than normally they do.
And after a long time, they even now, if suddenly someone asks me, what is the area of a parallelogram? Even if I have forgotten, parallelogram is same as the rectangle. Listen to it. For us also, it helps. Why not to a child? They will remember it much longer. So from here, one thing we can deduce another thing. As we said, rectangle is half base into height. So if we have seen that if we place 6 such equilateral triangles side by side, regular, of course, equilateral triangle is regular. Then place 6 side by side, 6 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them will make a regular hexagon. So what will be the area of a regular hexagon? Half base into height into 6. And equilateral triangle, I think you all can deduce the height. So just half base into height. Base is easy to measure. They will just measure with the measuring scale. But what about the height? Because it is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. And with our height, consider this is a perpendicular on this base. We are drawing a perpendicular. So this height we have to calculate. the triangle, the multitude of the particular divided equal to yes or no?
Yes.
So this one is equal to. How is that easily calculated? Consider this triangle. Where will be what? Let us go from hydrogen. Yes, for the children, go from hydrogen. A square is equal to x square. X square. A by 2 whole square, x square by 2. So a square is a square minus a square. That is 3a square by 4.
Yes.
The 18 by 2 8. That is our height. Now we can calculate the area of X. Because each equilateral triangle will be what? Half base into that. Half into base is A. Inside is A. Half base into 3 by 2 A. 5 4 a square. The area of single one. Of the single one. Area of equilateral. So what is the area of this hexagon?
It's fine.
It's the boundary. Right. One triangle we are coming to can easily calculate the area of the triangle. Is it clear to everyone? You have to calculate the area. That's the thing. Otherwise, everything is. You don't know everything is there. But no one thing we can deduce that. Now, what about perimeter? What is perimeter? Boundary of anything of any irregular area, that is also perimeter. Regular area is also two planes. That is two planes. That is the perimeter. So, if I increase the area of this room, what will be the perimeter? It will also be increased. Oh, can I ask you? Can you visualize any figure that area is decreased but perimeter increased? But perimeter increased. Don't have much time. I'm sure with a little bit of thinking you can do that. But this is the area of a rectangle. I cut out the two portions. The area decreased because I cut out these two portions, but perimeter increased. And you see that the perimeter increased. From here, you are counting three such. Here it was straight. On this side also, you counted. So perimeter increased, but the area decreased. We can imagine like this. And
so essentially the message is, it doesn't necessarily the perimeter will increase with the increase of area. Possibilities are there, right? So if that could be mathematical problem sometime, I have seen it. People start questioning, oh, there is a wrong problem given here. With how the perimeters and area can be different, there must be a wrong problem. It's possible. Hasn't it happened sometime when you come to question, the logic says it cannot be here, you start questioning, the question is said wrong. But it's important to understand that necessarily perimeter and area are directly proportional.
now, those who are teaching a standard 6, when does triangles quadrilateral come in standard 6 or 5? For the children? 6. So I think if we ask the children to cut triangles, any random set, cut a triangle from any paper, white paper or anything, bring it to the school. When they bring it to the school, it will be of different sizes. Now, if they just color the 3 sides, color or color is good, but if you can't give so much time, and then cut the 3 sides. All of them will mark it and cut the 3 sides. Just to see that the sum of the angles of a triangle are 180. Is 180. And they will place it angle. Please keep the marking, otherwise they will get confused which side they have to place. Did they make a straight line? So this is 180. They will never forget. Then ask them when you are entering quadrilateral, ask them to take quadrilateral form of any kind. Okay, and then ask them to cut the angles and see what the angles come to. Some of the angles, ask them to do it. Okay.
Another thing, because I've seen this done many times. What she says also that with kids again, ask them to make any triangle.
Random.
Any random triangle, superless triangle, and ask them to do this exercise of this angle. And then they'll say, okay, everybody will bring different type of triangle, but everybody's triangle, when they cut and put them, will be 180 degrees. Then again, they'll never forget. That doesn't matter how the triangle looks like. It will be 180. Similarly,
for quadrilateral, ask them some make square and rectangle, but you can cut it in any way. Not any regular shape quadrilateral. Any shape. Cut the 4 sides. Place it and see whether it makes sense. They will see for them. So they ask them to cut it. We are cutting and they are watching, will not take it. They will cut it. Then they will.
And she's doing, this program, there'll be always smart kids in the class. They do not need it. 5%, 6% children always good. Our attention always goes to them. All these methodologies helps the remaining 95 children in the class. Right? So for those 5%, this is very easy. They know it already. We know that. And our teacher's attention only goes to those 5 kids. But our job as a teacher, if you have 100 students in the class, to make sure those 100 students understood what they needed to do. When you do this way, hundreds of them will understand much better. That's the whole idea of this pedagogy, is not to teach the teachers, neither to say, oh, it is so simple. It is the way actually the majority, maximum children will easily understand. That's the objective. Right?
Okay, so triangle, quadrilateral, they have made it themselves. About parallelogram, there are so many properties of the angles. To remember again, they might find it difficult. Give them, as I said, make your one circular parallelogram from the checkered paper and give them one circle. They will cut on their own. Ask them to bring 2, 3 of the parallelograms themselves from home. And then, what are the properties of the angles of a parallelogram? Opposite sides are also equal, but about the angles I'm talking about. So opposite angles are equal. So this is one parallelogram. One parallelogram. Yeah, okay. And cutting the pattern so that they can later know which one belongs to which parallel. Cut it with a pattern. So these two. Ask them to mark. If they can mark the adjacent angles straight like this or the opposite, they should remember which were there. I did the adjacent angles. Now they will bring the two adjacent angles together to see whether it is 180. This is my adjacent angle is here. The adjacent angle is here. Together they are making that. They should do that and remember that sum of the adjacent angles are takes 180. This is one pair of adjacent angles, and adjacent angles share a common line. That we tell them already. And these green ones are two other adjacent angles. So place it together. You see that this also makes 180. That is sum of the angles. And what about the opposite angles? So this red is opposite to this. So they should be equal. They will take it, place it on that angle, and they should be superimposed with each other. These two are equal. And the other angle is, they will get confused sometimes, that's why they have to place it again. Now, this angle and this angle. So they will bring the two angles together. One on top of the other. Again. So by doing that, they will remember. Then do that, what they are saying. That is also a thing. What they want further. Playing will not help. This is important. And those who are going to this do circles, which class 7? Circles,
And this exercise is like it doing a practical with math. Like we do theory and then we do practical, then we understand it. This is simply you can think about this is like doing practical with mathematics. So when you do the practical of mathematics, remember it.
A standard 6 child is how much? 13 years old? 12, 13? So for them, remember which activity will be there. So suppose they draw a circle on a paper, start it, bring few circles to the school, and then just tell them to fold this one. And this is the chord. And which one is the major segment, which one is the minor segment? Now, major segment is bounded and sometimes define a major segment. If they remember this, they can form the definition there. Major segment is bounded by one chord on one side and the major done. What is the definition of the minor segment? Minor segment is bounded by chord on one side and the minor segment is done. What about the same circles? They should always point the center. From the center, take any 2 points at the periphery. The circumference. Join this. Now they are turning center. So what is the definition of a minor segment? This is the minor segment. It is bounded by 2 radii and its called and the minor. And what about the major sector? Bounded by 2 radii and the major arm. And please ask them to write. With this activity, if they write it, they remember much better. Sector and this thing. Then in a little higher class, they come to read about later they will prove it by theory, but visualize this. This is a circle again. To the diameter, to the center, holding. That makes the diameter. And then take 1 point on this side, on this semicircle, take 1 point on the circle. Fold the paper from the circumference 1 point of the bottom on this side of it. See that folded. and another one from this point to the other end of the chord. That is diameter. And what will they find? If they measure it with a protractor, what will they find? A right angle. So in a semicircle, the diameter as a chord subtends an angle on the both the semicircles that you make. That will be theorem later. But they should see this. Put the protractor here, they will see. On this side also same. They will fold it to the other side of the circle, another semicircle. And with this fold, and then they will measure. This is also important. So angle subtended by diameter on each segment is 90 degrees. This one they can do, just cut one circle and then take two other papers, make one circle and two other papers, they get three circles like this. So what is this theorem? This is from the chord. If we draw an angle on one segment, that will be equal to that here. This is one triangle. This, and in this one, I've drawn another triangle from the chord, from both ends of the chord to one chord in the second. These two triangles are of different sizes, but they are equal. I mean, the angle subtended are equal. They will see for themselves that the angles, or they can measure also. That two angles subtended by a chord on one segment, on each segment rather, but on one segment, all the angles will be. This is a little higher class, I think this is standard 8 or 9. In 9. So in 9 also they can do this activity and see that both these angles are equal. Because it has been subtended on the same measure by the same size chords, because they are all folded together. So they are same size chords. So you are teaching in 9, you can do this activity with the children so that the chord. And when they fold it, this is the chord. They got the same size chord in both the sides. This chord of same length subtends angle on the same segment are all equal. This angle and this angle will be equal. And when they remember this by doing, and again, in CBSE they have to do some projects, right? So they can do this in the practical book, and then write a little notes, whatever they have seen. Okay. So this they do as an activity and write it on their practical book. Then there's another one for standard 9 who are teaching in standard 9. Angle subtended by an arc. By an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by the same arc on the circumference itself. This is my same chord. As you can see, I folded the same circles, the same size chords. The chords must be of the same size, same length, same length. So now I've joined the both ends of the chord with the center. It is subtended at an angle at the center. Can you see that?
Yes,
This angle. And now with the same from the same chord, this one I'm placing here. From the same chord, one angle is there. If from the same chord, another angle is there. both of them together will be same as the angle subtended at the center, because this is double the angle of this. Okay, I'm saying those who are teaching 9 can catch it better. The angle subtended by the chord at the center, that means this one, this chord at the center is this angle. This will be double the angle subtended on the periphery, on the circumference of the same set. And these are all proved by singular relativity. They can do this as projects in their practical writing. In 9, they have to do some math projects. About the angles, I'll ask someone to how do you show make a 60-degree angle without compass? It shows in the children, right? How to make 60-degree angle without compass, only with, but without protracting, only by ruler and compass. Those who are doing in 6, 7, the ruler, I will give you a ruler and then compass, but no protractor. You have to show them how to do 60, 90, 120. So minimum is 60. You are teaching in the school and in all cities. So can anyone come and try?
This was better, sir. This side was better. When you were standing, this side was better.
That's it. Oh, this is the last. Yeah, make it straight side and then from that side. Yes, yeah, that's right.
This one.
If you have done one right,
Don't move it.
don't move it, use it another. Why this is the child asked, I can't use protractor. Why it is 60 degrees? Why is it you are saying? I agree. I can't use problem. Okay, I can't use the calculator. There you go. Thanks for the challenge. What are you saying? What is not talking? What are you Plus, with any radius from here to here, and such it an arc. And then we just from here, I did and then to a child, you remember, arc is just not enough. Arc is a part of the self. Is what arc we have drawn is serious. The arc has a so these are these people. Also, you have not moved the compass. You have measured with the same measure you have cut here. This is also the same method. Yes or no? So it is an equilateral triangle. So if it is an equilateral triangle, each and so when we draw now, we don't we forget to tell the children art is not just a formula. Each time we are drawing an art, it has a radius of same circle that it will form. Rotation. To do like this, perpendicular bisection. We compass here, take more than the middle. We take radius more than the here also more same radius and then again. We will tell them we are actually drawing this one. If we give the idea that this center is the center of and this is the center of it. And why we are taking more than the half? If we have some more there will be process. If we take length, then them half, then there will be something like this. That is your art is here. Another is like this, and your art. They will not intersect each other. Yes, yes, anyone who can't understand, sometimes in physics you will say, well, sometimes. Yeah, all of you. Okay, so we have to take more than half of the drop. Then the chicken and that is how physics to be. So you want 90 degrees, what do? You take the same measurement and from here find another. We have kept this one same again. And if we join this and this another radius, all radii in circular space. Yes or no? So this is for this, for this again another. So this is your. Now if we draw an angle bisection, that you know how to draw angle bisection, then this will be 60 degrees. This part will be 30 degrees. So your 90 degrees is 60 degrees. Just one thing. For we give the children 2 sticks like this, like 10 sticks. Just front rows can take each. And each. Again, I'm not just now saying for the best children in the class, these are not needed. Find it interesting, but not needed. But for the general mark of it, for the middle class students, not so good in maths. For them, this activity is
As we
essential.
repeat, that is our objective. Our objective is not just the who is already very good, how to make that person even stronger. That's important. That will happen. But our objective, that might also happen, but our main objective and focus that with most of the students, if not all 100% students, learn what they're supposed to. Because there last time.
Lisa, yes. Did you understand what you said? Why it is 60? So, did you do this one last time also? You did. Oh yes, they are split. Oh, you have done it already. Okay. Then only ask the children to work it. Then next year. Keep your hands on this. This is the center. Around which the These two are at 0 and 1. We hold it like this, whoever got the sticks. So these two are at 0 and 1. We start moving. And we do that, of course, we have to tell them what is 90 degrees and what is 180 degrees. These two lines are together. And it starts rotating. Sometimes it is rotating and comes here. Rotating like this. And here, quarter of the circle. What 90 degrees. But it doesn't stop there. Anyway, and it is down here the same statement. I'll show this. Now 90 plus 90, this is 180 semicircle, straight angle. 180. But one more. With this knowledge, they can now start moving. Hold it on this side. From 0 angle to 90 degree angle. There are many angles between 0 and 90. So I have to show that you can do. All of you. And it is like quarter of the box. That is the symbol. That is how. 90. One is there are many options. More than one. Yes, madam. Sure, like this. 180. Sorry, obtuse. This is obtuse angle. This is obtuse angle. Finally, it is 180. Let's stop there. It will go on. So more than 180. That is, if I move it more, it is more than 56. Less than 6. So this angle is useless. They should never show this one. This is obtuse angle. So it will go reflex angle will go this way till completes the round and makes it. This is the which one is this? This one. Not the one. This one. So I'm talking here. So Gulabi sir is very good. So and he is giving great happen.
How do we know? Question: how do we know it is 0 degree or 2?
How do we know? We have rotated without pressure.
It will be again question. So I think if you're measuring this, yes, like if you're measuring this thing is also it's very expensive stuff, not everything is what that. It's a very
Not this time, what is there?
এখানে কিন্তু আরো হবে ওখানে EFA FLH লেখ যে নাম সেই নামই লাঞ্চটা পাঠিয়ে দেবেন
आइए दोनों का
Okay, all right. Till the time, ma'am, settles down. You can talk. Hello. I'm getting decorated. So, July to all. Today we have it is almost 12:45. So the entire day is we are going to do some wonderfully exciting stuff, very exciting stuff in chemistry today, right? And this is really very amazing. Today is the second time I'm going to do it. The first time I did this was in Kargil. And why I'm mentioning this is that there is always a first time in life. So if you have not done something, there is always a first time. And if the first time comes, then second, third, fourth, and many times will also come. So activity-based teaching is something that we all need to absorb. And you should become so good at it that Ladakh should not need any resource person from anywhere in the country. You should be able to go outside the country and act as resource persons. So that is our objective, to bring and create resource persons from yourself. Now, हम सब जानते हैं, teachers हैं, खूब साल पढ़ाया है, that physics के practice तो हम करते हैं, और physics के demonstration करने वाले लोग भी दुनिया में बहुत हैं, हिंदुस्तान में भी बहुत हैं. Chemistry is one area which is slightly neglected. The reason being that we find it is a little dangerous. The laws are also such that teachers and principals are very scared. कोई acid अगर किसी बच्चे ने mishandle किया, he may harm himself or he may harm others. Each year, schools have to seek a certificate, a chemical safety certificate. The private schools have to do that. That the certificate says that the principal and the teacher is responsible for the safekeep of all the chemicals. And if anything goes wrong, they will be held responsible. So क्या करेंगे हम? अपनी जिम्मेवारी आ गई ना. So we will lock the lab. Nobody should open that lab, because if somebody opens, some other third person also opens, then also I am responsible because I am the chemistry teacher. The keys were supposed to be with me. If some chemical leaks out, misses out, big problem. I tell you a story, my own personal story. In my school lab, there was sodium metal which had been kept, and it had not been used for many years. So we were trying to whitewash our chemistry lab. So my workers, the fourth grade workers, what they found was one can which was very dirty, not good looking, so must be thrown away. So what she did was she took that can and threw it in there's a stream going next to our school, threw it there. Very good. After 10-15 days, what happens is that can, because it was in water, it started to rust. And when it rusted, so then what happened was that the sodium metal came in contact with water. It's a highly exothermic reaction. And we had boom, boom, blast. 6-7 blasts. That was 10-12 years ago when militancy was also there. So 6, 7 continuous blasts near the school Nala. Police and everybody came. We were also scared. Maybe there is a bomb. Somebody must have planted a bomb. We don't know that it is our own product. We are the creators. So forensic people came and then they said, okay, it was not very loud, but still it came in the news. It became popular. But this is not a good way to become popular. So then the newspaper also read that, schools need to be careful how they dispose of their chemicals and so on and so forth. Point that I'm trying to make is we are all scared of chemistry. And because of this, the students do not develop, and even teachers, we do not develop sufficient skills to teach chemistry. Chemistry is more of learning of equations and so on. So my endeavor today is to make chemistry interesting and chemistry making it non-injurious to anybody, because I am going to use only those simple organic acids and chemicals that are available in our lab, in our kitchen, not lab, in our kitchen. Because they are available in our kitchen, like for acid, I will use lemon juice. कोई बच्चा पी ले उसको कोई बात नहीं. No harm. Even if it gets thrown over somebody, no harm. If we use baking soda, baking powder, no harm. Very safe. We can use turmeric as an indicator, no harm. It is available in the kitchen. So not only can we do the experiments, our students can also do the same experiment. The second question comes in the mind is, but for doing chemistry practicals, we need test tubes. So we don't have test tubes at home. So then what do we do? Then glass. Glass, mummy will not allow. You drink water in the glass, you are doing chemistry in that. Not allowed. And I discovered a new method in which very small quantity of chemical is also required. Chutki bhar, for chutki chemistry. Chutki bhar chemical will be required. It will be safe and it will be more informative even as compared to the practicals that are conducted in a test tube. More informative. You will believe it once you see it in front of your own eyes. But chemistry should actually begin from somewhere else. First, knowing the participants, our reactants, and our products. That means we need to know the elements of the periodic table. So, sir, I would like to have a periodic table to be brought on the screen. I have sent you a music video yesterday. How to remember the first 10 elements of the periodic table. Did you go through that? You go through that? All right. You like the tune? It is good. So let us sing. You would like to stand and sing or sit and sing? Sit and sing. Your choice. Anybody wants to stand? Welcome. But sitting, you may not be able to dance. You may not be able to dance. All right. But still, your choice. So let us sing that song. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know the first 10 elements of the periodic table? Periodic table. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know the first 10 elements of the periodic table? That's hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. ऐसे एक्शन में बैठ के मजा नहीं आएगा. Okay, everybody stand. Everybody stand. खड़े हो जाए. थोड़ा सा एक्सरसाइज भी होता है. Good for circulation in the body. Right? Stretch out. हाथ ऊपर. Yes, stretch. Okay, wonderful. कंधा वंधा हिला लीजिए. थोड़ा टांग वांग हिलाएं. थोड़ा डांस होगा. ये नहीं सोचना चाहिए स्टूडेंट्स को कि सिर्फ नर्सरी क्लास में ही नर्सरी टाइम्स होता है या डांस होता है. हर क्लास में हो सकता है. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know the first 10 elements of the periodic table? That's hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, and neon. Rock stars बन गया, very good. Let's do that again. और क्या होता है? We don't forget nursery rhymes because हमने ना joyfully सीखा होता है. Anything we learn joyfully is remembered for long time to come. So we have our periodic elements here, the first 10. Right? So देखते हुए इनको करते हैं, and we have, okay, so you know that alright, that is alright. So you know that alright, then actually, that's जी, तो 10 हो गए, okay, very good. Please. So song is there with you. You should definitely go and teach this song to your students, right? Now, first 20 are important. The first 20, 11 is 20, 12, 13, and Zoom is coming in between. 13 is aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, argon, calcium. So how do you remember these? कैसे किसी को क्या यूज करते हैं आप? Somebody would like to mention? Yes, ma'am. कैसे याद रखते हैं? भूल गए ना? भूले क्यों? क्योंकि वो इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं था. ऐसे जीजा बूढ़ी काकी बाबा not a good way. और मेरा नाम क्या है? MC Manish Gulati. Very good. So Manish Gulati MC. NA. Studio. But NA is not here. So naughty Manish Gulati. It's Manish Gulati. So naughty Manish Gulati always sings popcorn. Right? Always sings popcorn in class. AR is or coaching. We had said neon 10. So 20 should also be or. So let's do it. All things of class and coaching. So let's do it. Not me. So for 20, teach your students. I have a teacher, very naughty. He used to think of in class and coaching. All right, yeah. But first 20 is very important to know. But more important to know is their group. Because groups are these vertical columns. All elements belonging to a group, they belong to a family. Right? Like we have a family of all Gulatis. Then we have family of all Das. Various Das. What is your surname, sir? Funsur. Funsur Pandu. Okay. So Funsur, family of all Funsur, family of all Rinchians. Okay. Now these family members have similar type of qualities. Here, this family, the head of the family, hydrogen family, you can call it the beryllium family. Actually, we call them as alkali metals. They are called alkaline earth metals. We have the boron family, the carbon family, nitrogen family, oxygen, chlorine is halogens, and these are the noble gases. We all know that electrons revolve around the nucleus, And if in the outermost orbit we have 8 electrons, then that element feels not like meeting anybody. Noble, like a king, doesn't want to meet too many people. He wants to maintain distance, does not want to react with anybody else because it is stable. It does not want any electron from anybody, nor does it want to give its own electron to anybody. So if you have 8 electrons, it's a golden number, you feel very happy. Now, the group 1 elements, they have 1 electron in their outermost shell. They are not stable. To become stable, you should have 8. So, you have 1. What do you do? Either you gain 7, but that lot of energy will be required. It is better to keep. ले लो मेरा इलेक्ट्रॉन ले जाओ भाई मेरे को अच्छा पसंद नहीं एक ही है मेरे पास कम कर रहा है मेरे को मेरा इलेक्ट्रॉन अपने पास रखो ऐसा पेरेंट्स भी होते हैं बोलते हैं मेरा बच्चा सुनता नहीं है मेरे को टीचर आप इसको संभालो तो इनके पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है want to donate beryllium family they have 2 electrons all of them they want to give their 2 electrons. Similarly, boron family have 3 valence electrons, group 13 or we call it group 3A. They want to donate 3 electrons. Problem is with carbon family. They have 4 valence electrons. Carbon में आ गया carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, and lead. So they want to. They have 4 electrons. और 4 वाला क्या करे? 4 ले 4 दे. Between can't decide whether go this side or go that side. This is like suppose we have a kingdom in which everybody is a Maharani. So they who will work there? Let's say मैं भी रानी, तू भी रानी. कौन भरेगा पानी? There is no नौकरानी. मैं भी रानी, तू भी रानी. कौन भरेगा पानी? No नौकरानी. So what they decide is also want to become stable. So they say, okay, let us share electrons. So they like to form sharing bonds. They don't like to give or take, but share. This is actually a very important area because these 4 are generally metalloids and they are used for making semiconductors, silicon, germanium is very important. Our all mobile phones, laptops, cameras, everything has silicon in it. So we live in a silicon age today. There was a time that we used to call it Stone Age and the Iron Age and the Bronze Age. But today is the silicon age. All wealth is there in silicon. But knowing silicon is very, very important. How it behaves, why it behaves like that. It forms covalent bonds. Then can we do something to it? That part of chemistry I'm not dealing with that today. But then we come to nitrogen family. Nitrogen family has 5 valence electrons. So 5 तो देंगे नहीं वो. बोलेंगे हम 3. We are ready to take 3 from somebody. For example, ammonia NH3. Hydrogen. हर हाइड्रोजन के पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है देने को. हर हाइड्रोजन के पास एक इलेक्ट्रॉन है देने को. नाइट्रोजन को चाहिए 3. So 3 hydrogen atoms will come close to nitrogen. And what does it look like? I have some model also for you. So here this model, molecular model. This model here, it's good on acid carbon. Nitrogen here and 3 hydrogen. But nitrogen had how many electrons? 5. 3 electron का उसने bond बना लिया. Hydrogen gave 1. It gave 1 to it. So there's one bond formed here between nitrogen and hydrogen. Second bond between nitrogen and hydrogen. Third bond between nitrogen and hydrogen. How many still left? 2 electrons. These 2 electrons are not required. We call them as lone pairs. Lone. इनके साथ कोई दोस्ती नहीं कर रहा। इसका एक एक इलेक्ट्रॉन रेड रेड हाइड्रोजन के साथ चला गया, इनको किसी ने बुलाया नहीं। They are feeling sad, you know, they don't have company. It's like saying we go for a dance. There are 5 boys who have gone for the dance, and there are 3 girls only who have come. So 3 boys find a dancing partner, 2 boys don't pair. They have to dance alone. And so what they are not happy, so what they will do? They will put pressure on the others. So what happens whenever there is a lone pair, these bonds will shift downwards. ये दूर जाएंगे, भूलिए नहीं, हमारा अपना बॉन्ड इनसे दूर रहो, तो 2 वालों से दूर रहो. So you are now looking at the model of ammonia and H3. Okay, coming back, we have the oxygen family is here. They have 6 electrons. 2 they want, so they will gain 2 from somebody. For example, H2O. Oxygen ने 2 हाइड्रोजन के साथ बॉन्ड बनाया, H2O. We have the halogens. They have 7 electrons. They would like to gain 1 electron. HCl. एक हाइड्रोजन ने 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन दिया, फ्लोरीन ने 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन लिया, हाइड्रोजन भी खुश, फ्लोरीन भी खुश, right? And those noble gases, they say we are happy like that. As a good student of chemistry, we should know the families very well, because all properties of chemistry are controlled by each family. So our names in the vertical column are very important. And to remember them, I have some songs, more songs, right? The songs are He, Li, Na, Kar, Rab, Se, Faryad. He, Li, Na, Kar, Rab, Se. Rab se faryad mat kar, Rab nahi aayega dene, आत्मनिर्भर कर. तो बोल रहे हैं लीना को. लीना ने कोई हमारे दोस्त, हे लीना कर रब से फरियाद. फिर let's look at the second. बेटा मांगे कार स्कूटर, बाप राजी. क्या करेगा बाप? बेटा मांग रहा है कार स्कूटर, बाप राजी. ठीक है, ले ले बेटा. आजकल के पेरेंट्स आर वेरी गिविंग. हमारे पेरेंट्स तो नहीं देते थे हमको ना, स्ट्रिक्ट होते थे हमारे पेरेंट्स. आपके भी ऐसे क्या? आजकल के पेरेंट आप हम, बेटा मांगता है तो राशि. ऑलराइट, देन बोरॉन फैमिली. बैंगन, आलू, गाजर इन थैला. बोलो. आलू, गाजर इन थैला. What take a thela when you want to buy bangan, aloo and carbon family. C for kya, SI is Sita, T is दाने, SN is सुनकर, BB पढ़ेगी. क्या सीता गाने सुनकर पढ़ेगी? गाने गाने सुन के पढ़ेगी कि ऐसी पढ़ती? सिखला के पढ़ती है सीता, मॉडल सीता. क्या सीता गाने सुनकर पढ़ेगी? Then we have the nitrogen family. It says Nepali, Pakistani, Australian. Nepali, Pakistani, Australian. सब भिखारी. Nepali, Pakistani, Australian. सब बोल बताना ना. And then the oxygen family says उ से पे को, उससे देखो. ऐसे पढ़ाई तो किया नहीं है. उससे देखो, देखो मतलब चीटिंग करना. उससे देखो. और हैलोजेंस के अंदर फ्लोरीन. फिर कल बारात आई ऑटो पे. फिर कल बारात आई ऑटो पे. कब तक बारात आई? तो फिर कल बारात आई ऑटो पे. और लास्ट में आ गया हमारा नोबल गैसेस. आपने कभी एक्सरे निकाला है अपना? किसी ने एक्सरे निकाला आज तक? किसने निकाला? रेज़ योर हैंड्स. एक्सरे हुआ? मैम क्या कलर था आपके एक्सरे का? ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट ना? अब में यहाँ पे कोई है, कोई हीना, नीना, कैटरीना? ये देखो, हम सब लोग का एक्सरे ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट आता है, लेकिन ये देखो नीना, ना और करीना का एक्सरे रंगीना। बाकी सब लोग का सेकंड है, लेकिन किसका नीना करीना का एक्सरे रंगीना हमारा नहीं आएगा। कभी कोई नीना और करीना मिलेगी उनसे पूछे कि उनका रंगीना था क्या, बिल्कुल एक्सरे। So we need to teach the periodic table. Periodic table is like the atlas or the map for geography. The importance the maps have for geography, the same importance the periodic table has for chemistry. If you understand the periodic table, you will be understanding chemistry, because chemistry is very important. More important than physics. Why I say so is because the food we eat is all chemistry. All medicines we eat is chemistry. MSc chemistry people have more opportunities in chemical industries. All paints is chemistry. Metallurgy is chemistry. All metals, anything that you work with is chemistry. A country which has a good chemistry understanding will eventually become a rich country. So understanding chemistry is very important. Our fear of chemistry should go away. Not have fear of chemistry. And that fear goes from doing small things. By the time students emerge out of school, they should be confidently doing chemistry practicals even at home. Right. So let me, without wasting much time, go to simple experiments of chemistry. क्या वो ये सब रिकॉर्ड हुआ है, ये कैमरा सब रिकॉर्ड हुआ है, it will be given to you. It is given on YouTube also. You are storing it on YouTube. Yes, that. तो ये तो बुरी बात है. Yes. तो I mean, वो delete क्यों किया? Delete इसलिए किया है because students said that no, we are finding learning it very difficult. We have to memorize it. Comment said, okay, don't memorize it. It is putting burden on you. I mean, so we have to make it less burdensome. Plus, when we teach something to a student in the activity method, we are trying to give that student complete knowledge. We are going beyond the boundaries of the syllabus. We are not restricting ourselves to the syllabus. Unfortunately, what has happened is the problem with group 2. Beta mange car scooter baap rasi. Our student teachers mange easy syllabus government rachi. Government rachi. Government's aim is to make people immediately happy. We can't tell them. Government never likes to tell people, you do this long term, you will be happy. Popular, this is popular government. Popular means so majority बोलता है वो सच है. It is not like that in science. Science में logic is right, popularity is not right. So I urge you all, no matter what is happening in the syllabus, we need to teach our students to become confident people, and only confident people will have success in life. Today, we all know in our state we are immediately facing it. Hardly any jobs are coming. So young children are facing a lot of problems. Sometimes people do get jobs, but our education system that I have also passed through was not like this. Nobody has taught us through activity methods, but now we have to teach through activity methods. So we have to modify, we have to change. We cannot say, I was taught like this, therefore I am going to teach like this. We can't do that. It is a crime to do that today. Wrong. Because our student has to be confident, he has to be communicative. You can only communicate when you have depth of knowledge. So when I remember when after my MBA, I was campus list in the World Bank. So first 1 month, I used to think that I don't know anything. Other people were speaking a lot. We were working in the environment sector in the World Bank. So the people used to talk about the Arabari model of West Bengal. They used to talk about the Pinjore model of Haryana. वहां पर forests are being managed in this particular manner. No, if I have not seen something, how can I talk about it? So first 1 month I was just listening only. Because to talk, knowledge has to come from inside, not from the books. What we study in the books, we don't get confidence to speak about that. We get confidence to speak only when knowledge is inside us. We have seen it, we have practiced it, we have lived that knowledge. And activity methods help you to do exactly that. Live life of chemistry, live life of physics. Then you will have so much of confidence. If you have done experiment with your own hands, you will be able to talk. So after 1 month, I went to my boss. I said, sir, that I would like to visit these areas. Because until unless I visit, I'm reading books, but that is not giving me inner confidence. I need to visit. He said, okay, make a plan. So 15-20 days I went away and I went to all these areas. I spent time there, understanding them. And once after that, when I came, then I was doing what I'm talking. Right? Because to talk from various angles. Because मैंने देखा था, मैं जिया था, मैं इस गांव में रहा था, मैंने वहाँ के लोगों को how they manage their resources वो सीखा था. So I'm bringing you the story of mine to make you believe that when you learn by doing, then only that knowledge is ours. Sure. Okay. अब let me begin. तो हमको चाहिए क्या? मेरे पास क्या-क्या chemicals हैं? Let me tell you. So what I've done. This is all Leh. These bottles. First day when I came to Leh, I thought I should do some chemistry. Because there are 2 physics people. Let us do some chemistry. Sir is my sir. My guru, so I learned from him. So I thought, let me do something different. Guru के सामने तो मैं टिक नहीं पाएगा, तो इसलिए कुछ अलग करना चाहिए. मैं बॉटल ढूंढने के लिए निकला. लेह की मार्केट में स्मॉल बॉटल मिलेगा, तो नहीं मिल रहा था. So I was a little upset. फिर कोई बात नहीं, क्या करना, नहीं है तो नहीं है, मुझे लाना चाहिए था घर से. फिर देखा मेरे होटल के रूम में ऐसा कई सारा बॉटल है. किसी में शैम्पू है, किसी में लोशन है, किसी में बॉडी वॉश है. So 3 बॉटल तो मेरे को रूम से मिला. Then I asked all my friends here. I said, you also have 3 bottles in your room. Yes. I said, don't throw them. Give it to me. Donate it to me. So we got these bottles. अभी भी होटल का नाम लिखा है यहाँ पर. Shower है, होटल ले मिला. तो सब होटल के नाम हैं. कुछ कारगिल का बॉटल है. So I am using these. Would have gone into the dustbin? Waste generation. No more waste generation. So I tell you, no. मुफ्त में कहाँ से मिलती है बॉटल? Tell me. जो होटल में रहते हैं उसको जाओ, होटल वाले के पास जाओ. यहाँ तो बहुत होटल है, वो तो सब फेंकते हैं इसको. तो मैंने होटल वाले को जब देखा, he saw me collecting bottles. He said, सर आपको बॉटल चाहिए, हमको बोलो, हमारे पास बहुत सारा पड़ा है. हाँ, so आपको तो ले में बहुत सारा बॉटल मिलेगा, खरीदने का जरूरत नहीं है. So this is, I have a base. This is baking soda, right? Then I have turmeric, हल्दी. एक में डाल दिया हल्दी मैंने. इसके अंदर एक मेरे पास केमिकल है जो हर लैब में होता है. इट इज कॉल्ड फिनोल्फ्थलीन, है ना. फिनोल्फ्थलीन इज अ केमिकल, ऑल स्कूल लैब्स है, बड़ा सस्ता होता है. तो उसको मैंने पाउडर फॉर्म में है मेरे पास, उसको मैंने लिक्विड फॉर्म में भी कन्वर्ट किया है. तो फिनोल्फ्थलीन इज द लिक्विड में क्रिएट किया है इसको मैंने. इट्स अ वेरी गुड इंडिकेटर. अदरवाइज नहीं है तो कोई बात नहीं, यू कैन स्टिल वर्क विद टर्मरिक. स्टूडेंट के पास फिनोल्फ्थलीन नहीं होगा, so we will teach him through turmeric, right? Then I have another liquid which is also present in all labs. That is universal pH indicator. तो वो छोटा सा एक बॉटल में मैंने उसको डाल दिया और ये केमिकल सारा मेरे को कारगिल डायरेक्ट कारगिल ने गिफ्ट किया, राइट? मैं तो लाया नहीं था घर से, ठीक है। नाउ देन आई हैव वन केमिकल कॉल्ड पोटेशियम आयोडाइड KI, देन आई हैव अनदर केमिकल व्हिच इज हमारे सबके घर में ये मुश्किल से मिलता है, सबके घर में नहीं होता है, होता है क्या? नमक, ये सबसे मुश्किल है, ठीक है, नमक, salt only, simple salt. Or then I have a chemical, this is lead nitrate, PbNO3, ये भी लैब में मिलेगा, lead nitrate, and then washing soda I said, और ये बॉटल के अंदर ड्रॉपर बॉटल है, हमारे बच्चा मेडिसिन खत्म हो जाता है उसको फेंकने का नहीं है, प्रॉपर बॉटल है, आई ड्रॉप्स का बॉटल होता है ना, वही वाला बॉटल, तो आई ड्रॉप का बॉटल है, इसमें हमने क्या किया, एक नींबू लिया और उसको स्क्वीज किया और उसका जूस डाल दिया, तो लेमन जूस, और इसका फायदा होता है कभी भी आपको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है तो पी लो, ठीक है, हमारे पास लेमन जूस। ऑलराइट, देन आई एम यूजिंग अ ड्रॉपर, आई हैव 2 ड्रॉपर्स, ये तो केमिस्ट्री लैब से लिया, बट नहीं है कोई बात नहीं, यूज दिस ड्रॉपर, ओके। फिर एक बैटरी ले लिया मैंने 9 वोल्ट का, 2 टर्मिनल्स है, और एक पेंसिल लिया, उसको दोनों साइड से शार्पन किया, तो मेरा इलेक्ट्रोड बन सकता है, 2 इलेक्ट्रोड बन सकता है मेरा, कुछ इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस करने के लिए, पेंसिल तो मिलेगा सबको, दोनों साइड से शार्पन किया हमने इसको, और करना है मेरे को प्रैक्टिकल, तो क्या करेंगे, आई हैव टेकन, ये मैंने ले से ही खरीदा है, ये तो वो जो बिजली का बोर्ड होता है ना, वो बोर्ड है, 10 रुपीज में आया, you can use this, I can even use a plate, I just need a white surface, प्लेट भी यूज कर सकते, ठीक है। और उसके बाद कुछ भी नहीं है तो बच्चों को बोल सकते हैं, उनके घर में प्लेट रहता है सब, we just want white because we can look at the change of colors, right? And then I am going to use some water, तो मैं कुछ पानी भी ले लेता हूँ, कोई भी पानी ले सकते हैं, साफ पानी, right? And we can also do one more thing, we can take a white sheet of paper, उसको लैमिनेट कर सकते हैं, थोड़ा सा शीट ले लो, हाफ शीट व्हाइट पेपर, उसको लैमिनेट करो, उस पे भी आप एक्सपेरिमेंट, ठीक, तो जो सामान है वो मुश्किल नहीं है, घर में मिलता है, और उसको हम कैसे करेंगे, तो आई वुड लाइक, किस पे करें, इस पे करें, प्लेट पे करते हैं, किस पे करूं मैं, प्लेट पे,
Submission also can be done particles में, और थर्मोकोल बेटर में से जो होता है डालेगा उसको
नहीं, तो सर ने हमको एक और बात बताया कि आपके पास घर में नेल पॉलिश रिमूवर होता है ना, उसके अंदर आप थर्मोकोल होता है, उसको डिसॉल्व करो, उसके बाद उसको पेस्ट कर दो, प्लेट्स पेंट कर दो पेपर के ऊपर, वो भी लैमिनेशन ही बन जाता है, ऑलराइट, वेरी गुड। तो सर मेरा शक्ल देखने का नहीं है, प्लेट देखने का है, कहां पे रिएक्शन हो रहा है, ये प्लेट देखने का है, वेरी नाइस। तो क्या हो रहा है, राइट, so I call them as micro scale experiments, and micro scale experiments because, और छोटे हिंदी में बोलेंगे तो चुटकी भर केमिकल, चुटकी भर सिंदूर, वैसे चुटकी भर हमारा केमिकल is what we are going to use to do this. And the first reaction that I am going to show is called as neutralization reaction. Neutralization means when an acid and a base, they come close to each other. So I am taking a, ठीक है, दिख रहा है, तो I am taking little water in my dropper and I am putting some drops of water on this. वाटर दिख रहा है क्या आपको? नहीं दिखता है तो मैं दिखता हूँ, इस पे दिखेगा आपको, वाटर दिखना चाहिए, जब रिएक्शन होगा तब तो दिखेगा। अब दिख रहा है वाटर, तो मैंने इस पे कर लेता हूँ, मेरा क्या है, तो आई हैव टेकन सम वाटर and what I am going to do is I am going to put some universal reagent into this, I'm going to coffee. So 2 drops I have put. What is the color? Green. This is green. Greenish hai because pH of water is 7. It is greenish. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a base on one side and an acid on the other side. So I take a little bit of so छोटा सा चुटकी भर. So here कितना सा है? अच्छा कहाँ पे कैमरा? इधर. Here छोटा सा थोड़ा सा कैमरे में मैग्नीफाई है. So I put this salt here and I will put this is a base, baking powder. What is happening? Color change is happening. It is turning blue. I will put 1 drop of lemon water on this side. What is happening? Color change. Color change is happening. That is red. So this side is red because of acid. This side is blue. Now see what is happening. They are moving towards each other. The ions of the acid and the ions of the base are moving towards each other. They are going to meet at the center. When they meet, you will have a neutralization reaction. Acid and base will become, so let me put a little more, this was very strong base. So let me put a little bit of more acid. So they are going to meet and ये जब मिलेगा तो reaction होगा. You will find जो center है वो वापस से you can see here you have the blue part. यहाँ वाला बीच वाला part is like green and you have red. So you can see the red part is acidic, blue part is basic, and where the two are meeting, acid plus base is equal to salt plus water. Now आज तक जो हमने देखा है हम क्या करते थे? एसिड लेते थे, एक पीएच पेपर लेते थे, ब्लू लिटमस पेपर डालते थे, it turns red. Then we take a base, we took red litmus paper, we get blue. Only that much we can show. Actually neutralization reaction happening slowly in front of your own eyes. Both reactions happening simultaneously. So in one experiment you are able to show what happens when an acid is added to a pH solution, what happens when a base is added. The quantity of material used is very small. So one of the global developmental goals is to protect the environment. In test tubes, we take a lot of chemicals and we then throw it in the dustbin. I mean, in the water stream it goes. Chemicals in the water stream, they cause many problems to the environment. थोड़ा सा केमिकल, थोड़ा सा चुटकी भर, ऐसा निकालो हाथ, कितना केमिकल? चुटकी भर केमिकल. Environmental damage is not there. Observation is much better. Do you agree with this? Much better. All right. और अब क्या करना है मेरे को? इसको हटाना है. So I will take a tissue paper. I can take. It is here. I have tissue paper. I can clean it. I can keep water also. So let me clean it. तो tissue paper के साथ में इसको साफ किया. It is ready for the next experiment. Right? Ready for the next experiment. So let us see. Focus. मेरे को दिखाने का नहीं है. So it's okay. Now, so we have seen that. So what we found was it is much more informative because we could look at the site of the reaction. कहाँ reaction हो रहा है? We could look at the color changes. And we could also look at the movement of ends, right? Let me try another experiment, which is a double decomposition reaction. Double decomposition reaction का मतलब that if I have a chemical AB, and I add to that another chemical CD, then you know AB तो पहले दोस्त थे, CD भी दोस्त थे. लेकिन दोनों जब पास आए, A को अट्रैक्शन हो गया है D के साथ. कहला C B को छोड़ो, B को भी C अच्छा लगता है, so they change their partners. This becomes AD plus, so these are the reactants and these are the products. So because there are right. So what happened is, मैं एक reaction करके दिखाता हूँ, and the reaction is, I want to take reaction लिख देता हूँ. I have lead nitrate, Pb, NO3, lead nitrate plus potassium iodide. It is going to react to form lead iodide plus potassium KNO2. Lead iodide gives us yellow precipitates. तो हम normally जब इसको करते हैं test tube में, then what we do is we take lead nitrate in which we put potassium iodide and we find that test tube becomes yellow in color. How that reaction is happening, we are not able to see. Who is moving more? Not able to see. Let us see through our चुटकी भर, है ना? करें, बोलो सर करो चुटकी केमिस्ट्री, करो कौन सा? चुटकी केमिस्ट्री. So again, I'm going to take some water. ये पानी लिया और इसको अपने एरिया में हमने कुछ ड्रॉप्स डाल दिए. All right, can you see the water? Yes. So now I am going to take my chemical, which is potassium iodide is here, and I have lead nitrate is here. Okay. So whenever you use your mixing karna, so what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take a little bit of potassium iodide और मैं उसको क्या करूंगा, I'm going to put it, कितना ले रहा हूं, फिर चुटकी भर साइड में रखूंगा, putting it here, and I'm going to take with another straw, I will take little bit of, I've taken lead nitrate and I am going to ask them to चलो आगे बढ़ो, आगे पानी की तरफ धक्का मारूंगा और उधर से मैं दूसरे के साथ इसको बोलूंगा lead iodide, you also go. So you find that क्योंकि मैंने पहले ही वो डाला था potassium iodide, तो थोड़ा मूव कर गया था, but still look at the reaction. Is this reaction, the earlier reaction was taking place almost in the center. Is this in the center? No, it is not in the center, because the lead ions are heavier than the potassium ions. Lead is heavier. So you find that you can even see that which ion is moving more, which ion is moving less, and you can predict, you can talk about which is heavier and which is lighter. And then you can take the students back to the periodic table, also talk about mass number of the ion. So this is a reaction in which the yellow PPT is formed. You can see clearly yellow PPT is formed on which side, who has moved more, which ion has moved less, which has more mobility, which has less mobility, why it has more mobility, why it has less mobility, also can be explained along with the periodic table. So the importance of periodic table will get very deep in the child. These equations are taught, these reactions are there in the syllabus from 6th class onwards. Some reactions are there, but our students only have to learn them. They have never seen them. So once you see them, you believe them. हम ऐसे ही बच्चों को बोले देखो ये बड़ा एटम है, छोटा है, उसका असर क्या होता है वो रिएक्शन से दिखाई देगा. और next time he somebody will show him a reaction in which he finds that one element is moving more, one element is moving less. He will automatically say, this is a heavier ion, this is a lighter ion, right? So you see, all these reactions are happening in a particular way. बढ़िया है? हम सब स्कूल कॉलेज से पढ़ के निकले हैं, हम सबने केमिस्ट्री पढ़ा है। ऐसा रिएक्शन देखा है क्या आपने कभी? देखा है? नहीं, टेस्ट ट्यूब में दिखाई देता है क्या ये? टेस्ट ट्यूब में दिखता नहीं है। टेस्ट ट्यूब के अंदर येलो प्रेसिपिटेट विल बी एट द बॉटम, हम बोलेंगे इट इज हेवियर सो इट इज एट द बॉटम, बट इमेजिन टेस्ट ट्यूब के अंदर कितना केमिकल खर्च होता है। We have to use indicators and so on, that's separate, but the amount, the quantity of chemical required is very large in the test tube.
Also, one thing is not available.
And many times test tubes are not available. ये प्लेट तो सबके पास होगा, मैं आपका वो वाला प्लेट भी यूज करता, लेकिन वो शायद वो रिफ्लेक्शन की वजह से वो आ नहीं रहा था कैमरे में। I thought I would use that only, but this is only 10 rupees and this will, जब तक है जहां तब तक ये चलेगा, इसका कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, right? So let me clean it up again for showing you the next reaction. So lunch will go at 2 o'clock. Okay, very good. We have 20 minutes. 20 minutes for more chemistry. So I'm cleaning it. So some lead iodide is sticking. I will clean it, make it more white. All right. So वापस पर अब प्लेट आ गया हमारे पास. Okay. Here, let us look at another experiment, and that is electrolysis of sodium chloride.
Yeah.
Right? Electrolysis of sodium chloride. अच्छा, तो क्या होता है इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस के अंदर? NaCl, नमक का, नमक हमारे घर का हो, तो हमारा नमक तो क्या होगा? Yes. So we have NaCl, उसको डालेंगे किसके अंदर? पानी में, और तो डालना पड़ेगा इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस के लिए, right? So what will happen? What we teach in the class is NaOH will be formed plus HCl will form. ये सिखाते हैं बच्चों को. If he writes this in the exam, very good. He knows नमक plus water plus I am doing little energy. Energy कैसे दे रहा हूँ? Electrolysis. So to do that, let me. So my battery is little discharged. So what I am doing is, इससे भी होगा, मैं एक use कर रहा हूँ same 9 volt का एक बैटरी एलिमिनेटर. ये बैटरी को जरूरत नहीं है, एलिमिनेट करता है, बैटरी की नीड को एलिमिनेट करता है. So right. तो अब क्या करेंगे? I am going to take my 2 pencils. पेंसिल दिख रहा है आपको? पेंसिल, या दोनों तरफ से शार्पन किया इसको मैंने. हाँ, बैठ जाओ मस्त होके. अब इसको मैं, इलेक्ट्रोड है तो मैं इसको पेंसिल को इसके साथ क्रोकोडाइल क्लिप के साथ जोड़ देता हूं. रेड इज पॉजिटिव, ब्लैक इज नेगेटिव. ना इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस करना है तो सबसे पहले चाहिए क्या? स्टार्टिंग हमारा वहीं से, पानी, वाटर. So let me take water. Okay. So I have taken water. बबल को भी हटा दिया. अब मैं लूंगा सबसे मुश्किल केमिकल, नमक, NaCl, नमक. So here I take little bit of salt. कितना लेना है? इसे चुटकी भर लेना है. तो चुटकी भर लेने के लिए मैं ऑफिस से, let me take, ताकि चुटकी लेना ना, ज्यादा तो लेना नहीं. तो let me take चुटकी भर salt. ये देखो दिख रहा है कितना है? चुटकी भर को सॉल्ट को इसमें डाल दिए. सॉल्ट को पानी में डालने से कलर चेंज होता है क्या? नहीं होता है. I'm going to use first. Let me use turmeric only, right? क्योंकि बच्चे को घर में मिलेगा, आपको भी मिलेगा. It is better to do experiments in which there is availability for the student as well. So I'm taken some. बहुत ज्यादा है, चुटकी भर लेना है, तो इसको चुटकी भर लेते हैं. चुटकी से ज्यादा हो गया, कोई बात नहीं, हल्दी है, ज्यादा महंगा नहीं है, तो थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया, कोई बात नहीं, अब तो हो गया. दुख किस बात का है, वेस्ट हो गया, ये नहीं कि ज्यादा हो गया, वेस्ट हो गया. ठीक, नाउ दिस इज वाटर प्लस सॉल्ट प्लस लिटिल हल्दी, ओके, टर्मरिक, और इसके अंदर हम इसको बैटरी लगा देते हैं. देखिए, यू विल फाइंड जो नेगेटिव टर्मिनल है वहां पर समथिंग इज हैपनिंग. व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? कलर चेंज. इट इज दैट साइड इज बिकमिंग रेड. रेड साइड पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल, नो कलर चेंज, राइट. एक साइड में रेड हो रहा है, और क्या दिख रहा है आपको? बबल्स. Bubbles are also visible. Now the reaction is going on and on and on. Turmeric is a beautiful indicator. It turns red in a base. तो अगर आप घर में करेला बनाते हैं, बेसिक है वो कड़वा होता है, बेस सारे कड़वे होते हैं, एसिड सारे खट्टे. So you see, let me stop the reaction. All right. So you see one side has become red, the other side is yellow itself. और तो नेगेटिव टर्मिनल में वो इक्वेशन जो हमने लिखा, इसमें कहीं बबल्स का बात तो है ही नहीं. और HCl, आप अगर उसको देखें, उस पर फोकस करें, so you find that one side has become red, other side is yellow. तो क्यों हो गया? Because on the negative terminal you find that NaOH ions are moving in that direction. Ionization was, so ions have moved in that direction. NaOH is a base, and base में turmeric react जो है, that becomes the color from yellow to the turmeric is the indicator. The haldi HCl hydrochloric acid बन रहा है, but in reality there were some bubbles also. So what in हम लिखवा तो देते हैं HCl, but in reality what is happening is we are producing hydrogen, we are producing chlorine, and we are also producing, all these are three are being produced. This is the case of वो bubbles क्या थी? इस रिएक्शन में बबल्स तो कुछ है ही नहीं, राइट? तो बबल्स कहां पर हैं? बबल्स जो है वो हाइड्रोजन के बबल्स हैं, वो क्लोरीन के बबल्स हैं, और गैस के हैं. Gaseous formation is also there. So it is not only HCl is produced, some hydrogen is also produced, some chlorine gas is also produced, which escapes as well, and some liquid form of HCl is also liquid. So these are two are in gaseous state. They are in gaseous state. This is in liquid state. So reality and what we are teaching are becoming different. Student is going to ask you question. No, ये bubbles क्या बन रहे हैं? बोला मैम ये तो bubble का कोई जगह ही नहीं है. So these are empty questions. They do not talk about what is happening in intermediate states. Hydrogen gas उड़ गया, chlorine gas उड़ गया, पीछे तो liquid बचा ना HCl. These equations only write the end product, right? So they don't talk about intermediate states. But when you do an experiment, you are able to look at the intermediate states as well. Your understanding will be better. बोलेंगे सर ये आपने क्यों नहीं लिखा तो इसके अंदर हाइड्रोजन गैस और क्लोरीन गैस? बोलेंगे वो होता है ना, हम गेम खेलते हैं, चिड़िया उड़, कौवा उड़, फिर हाइड्रोजन उड़, क्लोरीन गैस उड़, क्या नहीं उड़? HCl लिक्विड नहीं उड़, तो वो नहीं उड़ वाली इक्वेशन. Okay, so let me, yes ma'am. अभी तो 48 हुआ, 12 मिनट्स है ना, ये पहले खा लें. पहले खाना है, भूख किस किस को लग गया? वापस आके करेंगे, कोई बात नहीं, but we will come. Yes. So what we'll do is we will break for lunch. We'll come back. We'll continue with this, and don't take 1 hour to eat food. Eat as quick as possible and come back. When you are back, I will also come back. All right. Thank you very much.